Right, so yeah, a guided meditation is incredibly helpful for me. If you can meditate on your own, meditate away. Now, what I didn't know, and I discovered, because I thought I want to listen to these, but I don't want my phone on, because my phone is either nowhere near me in my bedroom, it's plugged in over there, and it's on airplane mode. Now, if you download a meditation and press play, you can then switch it to airplane mode. I mean, I was so excited when I found, I mean, you probably know this. You don't have to leave it, keep on, you don't have to leave it connected. You can switch it to airplane mode after you've pressed play, not before, but after. So I was very happy about that, because I put my meditation on and then that's it. Turn my phone onto airplane mode. So that can be very helpful. And breathing. So diaphragmatic breathing. So literally just breathing, watching your belly go up and down, or allowing your belly to breathe rather than you to go, heaving on your chest. And for those of you who know it or would like to know it, or maybe get the book and read the book about it, and that is the Wim Hof breathing. So regularly I will do 2-3 rounds of Wim Hof breathing in bed. So does it help sleep? Yes. Does it help you relax? Yes. I've fallen asleep doing it. And even if I'm not having any problems sleeping, because my sleep in particular, it comes and goes, and I'll have periods of sleeping incredibly well. I'll still do my Wim Hof breathing, because you'll feel your tummy gurgle, it'll really kick the parasympathetic nervous system in. You might want to do it earlier than when you're in bed, depending on what you're doing. I often do it in the bath, so it's a double whammy. You're in the bath and you're doing your Wim, not in an ice bath at night, but in a nice, relaxing, warm bath at night. However, with your Wim Hof breathing, which is, for those of you who know it, you're around 30 breaths, and then hold the breath out, then 30 breaths and hold the breath in. So that would be around, and then you can do 2 or 3 rounds. And if you haven't got the Wim Hof book, I would highly recommend it, not just for sleep, but also for many, many, many other health conditions. It is phenomenal. So, yeah, lovely. We got our ESR, and using pause lock to lock that in. We've got some batch to help: white chestnut for going round and round thoughts, Scranthus for switching off, olive and oak if you're overtired, quiet mind liver, busy mind, adrenals and heart, and get your parasympathetic nervous system in place, which, is not easy in modern life. It is not easy to get that really kicking in early. And of course, the earlier it kicks in, the better the quality of sleep. So now on to chemistry. Well, we said it in with regard to the parasympathetic nervous system, but eating early is really good for the body anyway. It takes energy to digest, and no one feels great if you eat a big meal and go to bed, but lots of people do. It's not good to eat and then lie down. It's not good for your the sphincters in your stomach. It can really contribute to hernias, hiatal hernias and things like that. So eat early. Following the blood group diet helps with sleep. It helps calm the body. So again, that's another reason to consider blood group diet. Also, the chemistry side of the parasympathetic nervous system. So supplements that would support that. So what would they be? They would be a bee that you can take at night, and there's not many bees that I would suggest you take at night because they're to be taken in the morning. B complex helps hugely with sleep if you take it for breakfast and lunch. So all the bees will help hugely taken with breakfast and lunch, but not with your evening meal. So what will help with your evening meal, or just before you go to bed even, is a NutriCalm with passion flower in, although it has got bees in, it's a very different bee and it's very calming, and it will not keep you up, it will do the opposite. So NutriCalm is fantastic. Magnesium, just on its own, not CalciMag, just magnesium, particularly the Lillian Loaf one, but you know, for those of you who test, please do test. The Lillian Loaf one is phenomenal, taken just before bed. So NutriCalm, magnesium, just before you go to bed. And another one with your dinner, so way before you go to bed, would be hops, valerian, and passion flower. That helps that wonderful parasympathetic nervous system to kick in. They smell like smelly old socks, so don't worry, they're not off. They are really to smell. But what I suggest with people that really have problems switching off, and many people do, is 2 or 3 with lunch and two or three with dinner. So it starts being stroked and calmed all afternoon, and then by the evening you take it and it's digested with dinner. But the magnesium and NutriCalm can be taken just before bed. A whole amino acid compound, fantastic for sleep. Not necessarily taken at bedtime. You can take it at breakfast and dinner. I use Perfect Aminos. They're quite difficult to get. I mean, you can get them from Ireland. I get them from America, and I bulk buy to get a good price. They're more expensive actually buying, well, no, they're about the same actually buying from Ireland. So amino acids can literally change sleep very, very quickly, and that's chronic sleep problems. So if you're stuck with the amino acids, particularly like I say, the whole amino acid compound that I use that doesn't deposit, unwanted chemicals in the kidneys, because, a lot of them do, this one doesn't. So you might want to contact the office, and I'm more than happy to share my bulk order, because it's all hassle and to get 1 or 2 pots, you're talking, I think I get them for about, with all the tax and customs and everything, it's about 50 quid a pot, but it lasts a month. And, a 3-month course can literally change people's lives with sleep. Now, earlier we talked about a quiet mind possibly being the liver, and if it is, a liver supplement is going to help. So something like liver health could potentially, or milk thistle, liver support, whatever, liver caps from specialist herbs. So any liver health is very gentle, and that does test out quite well, but it could be any liver supplement. So people just aren't going off to sleep. Like I say, with that quiet mind, I would suggest a liver supplement. And for those people with a busy mind, I would suggest an adrenal supplement. Something like Siberian ginseng, that's nervous system and adrenals. Ginkgo biloba, nervous system and adrenals. And ginkgo biloba is also good for circulation in the heart. So if it's adrenals and heart, that could potentially be a really good supplement for the busy mind, lack of sleep. Alcohol. Now, alcohol definitely keeps a lot of people, wakes a lot of people up, should I say. So if you've had a couple of drinks, you will often go to sleep very quickly. However, it's payback. around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Or if you're lucky, you might get to 6. But it's going to often wake you up early, particularly wine. Now, wine does something different to people. It does different things to everyone, of course. Again, drink, if you are going to have alcohol, I strongly recommend you drink that alcohol for your blood group diet. It does make a difference, 100%. And if you find yourself waking up in the early hours with leg cramps, particularly lower leg cramps, like calf cramp, it's often the wine. Now, when people say they wake up in the night, I say, do you have a cramp? Yes, I do. Is it lower leg, lower calf? Yes. Do you drink wine? Yes. Do you drink wine every night? Yes. They stop the wine and the leg cramp goes. And then gradually the waking up in the early hours changes as well. So again, not with everyone, but that will be a factor with a lot of people. Saw a lady last month she said, I just don't understand it. I've just got these terrible leg cramps, and it was wine. Stopped drinking wine. She didn't drink a lot. It wasn't like she had loads of wine. And I said, what else could you drink if you were having a drink? She said, I like a gin and tonic. I said, well, tested it. That seemed okay. And she reported back the next month. She said, it has changed my life. Don't wake up in the night. I'm not cramping. And she said, if I have wine, it generally comes straight back. So you might want to think about reducing wine or changing the color of your wine depending on your blood group. And if the waking up is accompanied by leg cramps, it's almost certainly the wine. So very useful, another useful thing for you, and also to ask your clients. Now, so not being able to go off to sleep, whether it's busy mind or quiet mind, B3 is often really helpful. Now, B3, when I first started, the Cytoplan B3 was 500 milligrams. 500 milligrams when I started kinesiology. And the endocrine boost used to be 2 B3 3 times a day. That was for everyone. We all know about the endocrine boost, I think. Excuse me, apologies if you don't. This is for the people that do. So it was high doses of B3. So I know it's water soluble, and I took that, and my clients took it for donkey's years. Now, the Cytoplan B3 is 50 milligrams. 50, and it was 500. So I personally, if going off to sleep is an issue, I would have no problems taking 2 B3 3 times a day. So that's 100 milligrams 3 times. That's 300 milligrams, as opposed to 3,000 that I used to take for many, many years when I first began in kinesiology. I think on the pot it says 1, but obviously you do what is right for you and your clients. Everything is only temporary anyway. We're not saying stay on high doses of anything for great long periods of time. Or you might want to think, okay, I have problems going off regularly. I'll just take 2 B3 before I go to bed. So B3 is the one where it's hard to get off, and B5 is the one to keep you asleep. So B5 is often responsible for keeping you asleep. So yeah. So they're the 2 Bs, the individual Bs that can help. So I've just seen in chat. Yes, thank you, Nicola. I was meant to be recording it and I pressed it. Yeah, thank you. ESR, Naomi. We still got Naomi? Not sure. Oh yeah, hi Naomi. Emotional stress release. And emotional stress release we can release our emotions by holding our foreheads at the front here, like that. Or you could just put the whole hand over like this. It's a natural kind of gesture when we're stressing. Oh, goodness me, you know, or, oh, you know, you'll hold like that. So emotional stress release, if we hold over our foreheads, then and carry on thinking about the problem, it can really, really help. Oh, lovely. Thanks. Who's this? NS. I'm not sure who NS is. Wim Hof breathing can be extreme for people who are not well. Worth reading Breath by James Nestor and choose a suitable breathing method that feels comfortable. Yes, of course. And, you know, even with Wim Hof, you can adjust it to your own comfort. I think he does it very kind of in and out very quickly. You don't have to do that at all. You can do it to your own comfort. And if that's not comfortable, thank you, NS, whoever that is, whatever breathing technique, it might just be diaphragmatic breathing that is helpful for you, which is helpful for anyone, just slow breathing into your belly. Lovely. So now we are going to look at the physicality of getting a good night's sleep. Now, some of you may do this already, some of you may not do it or heard of it or even not heard of it. And that is exercise before bed, which sounds like, oh my goodness, what's she talking about? That's going to whip me up, it's going to get my heart rate up, and I'm not going to go to sleep if I exercise. It has the opposite effect. It's very, very sleep promoting. Now, even if you get on the rebounder like half an hour before you go to bed, it's quite amazing. Does it have to be long exercise? No, you might want to do some yoga. You might want to get on a rebounder. You might just want to do some cross crawl. But get moving in the evening before you go to bed. Some kind of exercise you like. Sometimes I go for a late swim. Oh, I absolutely love going for a late swim. At 8 o'clock, take myself off. There's hardly anyone there. It's all peaceful. And just go up and down and, you know, get that in. Absolutely fabulous. But of course, you do what you like. That might not be it. Go for a brisk walk. If you've got a dog, go for a late brisk walk. That's exactly what I'm going to do after this webinar, because I haven't had time. I'm still in my clinic stuff and haven't had time to walk yet. So I'm going to go for a very brisk walk. So yeah, cross crawl, it could be. Now, for those of you who don't know what cross crawl is, it's an exercise where we literally just cross over the midline of the body like this. So we can do them at the front like this. We can come up with our elbows. It looks very easy, but it's incredibly strenuous, and you can get quite, you know, you can feel your lymph and your blood pumping around. You can turn around and do the back like this. So if you don't want to leave the house, and it's kind of homework that you would necessarily think of doing for sleep. Oh, I think Jana got kicked off. Hi, Jana. Sorry, I think you got kicked off there. Okay, so yeah, exercise before bed in the evening. Lovely. Also, in bed, we can physically rub our lymph points for the supraspinatus to relax the brain and the shoulders and the neck. So all around the shoulders here, if you're not sure what the supraspinatus points are. So you can start up under the collarbone here and rub all the way round like this several times. So press quite firmly. Go with your kind of discomfort threshold like this. Yeah. And keep going until that discomfort eases, and you will feel your mind relax, and you'll feel, if your shoulders are up here, you'll feel your shoulders kind of drop down, which is lovely. So you can rub these points and feel more relaxed physically with the exercise and rubbing the supraspinatus points. lovely. Now, lots of lovely techniques for the electrical and energetical realm to help with sleep. So we're going to kick off with switching ourselves off again with the switching points. A lot of people are using them to switch their brains off, which it does. Whatever your body needs at the time, the points will do. So if you're feeling sluggish, like you really, you know, your brain's foggy and sluggish and you're unfocused and you rub these points, then you'll go zing. And if you are zing and, you know, overthinking and wired, then you'll calm down. So either way, it's a win-win situation. So to perk yourself up or to calm yourself down, we can rub these points. So we're going to rub the, just so where my collarbone is, clavicle, just either side of the sternum and underneath the clavicle, we're going to rub these points together, 2 fingers of thumb here. And at the same time, we're going to rub our navels like this. So going to rub like this. And again, it's quite firm pressure up to your kind of discomfort. And it will start, if it is uncomfortable, it will start to ease quite quickly. What's happened there? Ooh. Excuse me. So switching points to switch you off for sleep, very helpful, extremely helpful. Now, we've also got some sleep points to press. And you can press these for as long as you like. But if I'm doing them, I'll probably press them for, I don't know, a minute or 2 each one. And if I'm still awake, I'll go round again. And these are wonderful sleep points. So I often use my thumb because it's just easy to get there. And you can press into right in between the eyebrows here with your thumb. It's called it's a third eye point, and you just press in there for a minute or 2. When I do this for clients that aren't sleeping, I do it to them and give it to them as homework. And while I'm doing it, so, oh my goodness me, I am so relaxed, I can go to sleep now. So please do try this at home. So, okay, so pressing the third eye for a minute or 2, or however long you want. You don't really overdo it. Then we're going to press a point called CV17, or conception vessel. It's a meridian that runs up the center line of your body. And again, I use my thumb, and it's right in between the nipples. So, or where, like so you're going to press in there like that. Again, for 1 or 2 minutes, however long you want. Then we're going to press into an acupuncture point called CX6, so circulation 6. Now, you want to find this point, you find the wrist, 3 fingers, third finger, that's going to be around. You're going to get CX6 by doing that. So where your wrist bends, 3 fingers, last one, CX6. And again, I'm going to use my thumb and I'm just going to press in like that. Very relaxing. And one more point. We're going to do a heart point. And this is on the outside here. And it's exactly where the hand meets the wrist. So here now. So I'm going to be pressing there. Like that. And you might find yourself taking deep breaths in and out, sighing, tummy gurgles, and just feeling a huge sense of relaxation. So those sleep points are wonderful to use for yourself, and also maybe for children. You could do that for children in bed, and also for your clients if you are a practitioner. So the other points that I also give as homework are some points on the corner of the pubic bone and the middle of the eyebrow. Those of you who know, they're the cloacals. And I give them as homework to do in bed because of the very deep calming and grounding feeling, and you feel yourself sinking into the bed as you do it. So this is slightly different. It's going to calm and ground you so you feel heavy, but a very nice, pleasant heavy where you just sink into the bed. So what we do is we hold with we find our pubic bones, go to the corner. So we're going to hold the right hand corner of the pubic bone with the right hand mid eyebrow like that. So you can do that yourself. And then you hold that for a minute or two, and then you leave your hand on the right corner of your pubic bone and go across to the mid eyebrow, the other side, for a minute or two. However long, you might do big size. Then we move our hand over to the left hand side of the pubic bone. So either with the other hand or the same hand, we go to the left side and hold there. And then we hold the left middle of the eyebrow for a minute or two, and then the right middle of the eyebrow for a minute or two. So you're going to have that lovely, heavy, sinking feeling into the bed. And finally, we're going to do calm down some other energies by putting our hand in our navel and the other hand on our emotional stress release point. So you can either do it with a thumb and 2 fingers, or you can just do this and balance your figure of 8 energies, which is very relaxing and grounding. And before you've done all that, I suggest the phones out of the room or on airplane mode. And if you can, switch off your router in the house. That's a fabulous thing to do for the whole family, just to switch it off so that you haven't got, anything going through you. I mean, if your phone's off, then it's not trying to find the phone, therefore it will find you. But just having the router on, I know it's more prevalent in the room that it's in. However, if it's off, it gives everyone a break completely. So lots of lovely energetical points to do there. And lots of tips to get a good night's sleep, lots of different ways. And what you might want to do is choose the right ones for you. Some of them are universal for everyone, like the sleep points that I've just pressed and the switching points, they're just universal, but the different supplements that you may want to give a go or get tested are for very different sleep pattern disruptions. And choose your exercise, choose your meditation, and really, it is for sleep, but to help your whole health, day and night, energy levels, mood, just the whole shebang is to allow the parasympathetic nervous system to kick in, activate, and be strong. Just like you'll get up and go in the morning, we would be, really concerned if our get up and go had got up and gone. and it's like, oh dear, this is terrible. But we don't think the fact that we can't relax in the evening is terrible. Oh, you know, I just can't relax in the evening. I just can't stop. And, you know, I'm active all night. And it's almost like it's not a problem. Although it very much is a problem to be too wired and keep working and keep on, you know, working on the computer, watching, I don't know, thrillers late at night and, you know, all that kind of thing, eating late, all the things that I've mentioned, has a big knock-on effect to the rest of your health, even when you're not trying to go to sleep. And even if you haven't got a problem with sleep, it's still very important to allow that lovely part of the rhythm of our bodies to happen and be activated. So I hope you've enjoyed this webinar on sleep and you've got some tips and help for yourself and your clients, and maybe some new ideas of what to give a go. If you sort of think, oh, I've tried everything, you might want to give some of these a go. And if you'd like recording, please email the office and Julie will send it to you, because you might want to look back on it and think, what was that? What was this? I've seen some of you make notes. So yeah, let us know as well. Let us know on the Facebook page, or email us and let us know what in particular helped you or your clients with their sleep. So I will wish you a wonderful evening and thank you very much for joining me. It's lovely to see some old faces, new faces, and some people I don't know. So yeah, have a lovely evening and I will see you again soon. Probably not next month because I'm away, but probably back in July, I will be doing monthly webinars again. So take good care and see you all soon.
Enjoy your walk.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye. Lots of love.
Yeah, bye. Thank you.